But how about the dang Denver Broncos, man? An undefeated regular season. You got to, preseason.
Regular season would be dope. I'll sign up for that right now.
Give me some Dolphins. What was it? What year did the Dolphins do it?
72 Dolphins?
72. Undefeated preseason for the second consecutive year. You had another slow start with the first team offense, but
77. Who is it? Who was the perfect season?
What was the Dolphins for sure?
I think it was the 72 Dolphins.
I just don't know. I think it was 72. Could be 73. But for the Broncos, you ended up getting the retribution of all retributions for Bo Nix, for Cortland Sutton. And Raj, that's not just a connection that hasn't necessarily come to life in the preseason games.
72. Why do I ever
doubt yourself? Don't doubt yourself. Raj, would you agree that of the 13 or so training camp practices that we witnessed, we didn't see the consistent Bo Nix to Cortland Sutton? That was the revelation that the Broncos needed yet again. And this entire preseason and training camp, I looked at every single checkbox that needed to be checked, got checked right in time. It was the perfect preseason, and he came out healthy.
No drama training camp. Even Leggy, his most recent article on ESPN was talking about how Sean built the roster. And the lead is no prima donnas. And you feel that everywhere. Like Jonathan Cooper was playing well into the third preseason game. The offense, while they went 3-and-out to start, they stalled and had a field goal. That offense wasn't coming off the field until they were successfully in the end zone. And I think everyone was kind of dialed into it. It didn't feel like a punishment from that first team offense. Zach Allen, while he doesn't get credited with the Jonathan Cooper sack, he's the first guy to get hands on the quarterback there. I thought that Pat Surtain in his limited showing against New Orleans was exactly what Pat Surtain is, like the best cover corner in the league. It was a good showing. And yes, you mentioned the connection between Bo Nix and Cortland Sutton. That dude is going to be targeted so damn much this year. Like if that guy doesn't see, how many targets do you expect to have him this year? He had 135 last year. 155?
You'd be surprised. I actually think that there's more quality in the overall pass catching realm for the Denver Broncos this year. When you have Evan Ingram, he's going to absorb way more targets.
Patrick Bryant for sure.
Patrick Bryant's going to in an upstart. Troy Franklin, man, a revitalized, improved Troy Franklin 2.0, baby.
He didn't do much in preseason game number 3. Yeah. Lucas Kroll had a nice little 25-yard reception down the middle.
Job, Lucas. Fired up for you, man. He's a ham and egger, man. Just a guy. Evan Ingram's the guy that's going to command a lot more targets. Hopefully Marvin Mims commands more targets. But yeah, the one question that I have, and I heard Vic Lombardi, our guy Vic, love it. He was right. One thing that you came out of preseason games never feeling great about with the first unit offensively is what, Raj? The first unit. The number one offense never showed consistent
dominant rushing.
Amen.
And RJ Harvey didn't do anything against the Saints.
In fact,
we obviously didn't see J.K. Dobbins.
That was what I was going to get to right there. Because you and I were at training camp nearly every day that we could be, certainly every day we could be there. J.K. Dobbins is clearly, just for everybody out there, he is clearly your number one running back.
There's a reason why he didn't play.
He is head over heels better right now in terms of moving the sticks and getting the hard yards. And so when I had the questions maybe about the run game, the last really physical practice that we saw with every single starter a part of it, and that was the Wednesday, July 30th practice. That was the practice that Sean Payton saw that he's got his bell cow running back in J.K. Dobbins. RJ Harvey's going to be expeditiously grown to become a featured piece of this running back room, but he is not bell cow day one. That's J.K. Dobbins. And that's why he didn't play this preseason outside of game 1 where he got 5 snaps? Barely. Felt like he wasn't even in there. J.K. Dobbins is your RB1. He's your best runner. He's your most disciplined runner. He's your best pass protector. And Tyler Baday's making this dadgum roster. It's going to be Jaleel McLaughlin, Tyler Bidet that round out this running back room, and I think that's a good enough running back room.
And again, McLaughlin was not on the trip with the team. It was not because he was injured or because they didn't want to play him or because he's on the outside looking in. You just had a kid, and Sean Payton did address that at the end of the game, saying, hey, I don't want you on the trip. Go home, hang out with the new baby. I don't want to see your face around the airport. So that's the reason why McLaughlin didn't play. I'm still very comfortable that he gets in there. The reason why I think Bidet's job is Bidet locked up his job not on the ground yesterday, but in the kicking game.
Kicking game and the air, the passing game, the protection game. J.K. Dobbins is a bona fide pass protector. R.J. Harvey showed he's not ready.
No, there was one play in particular where he missed a chip. I can't remember. I'll have to look back on it, and we are going to have our big play replay coming up here in about 7 minutes. There was a chip that Harvey missed. I can't remember if it was Nix or if it was Ellinger who was in there. It was a little play action pass. He tried to get out to the flat immediately and screwed his quarterback. And I think a veteran running back there at least gets a chip on the blitzing player and then goes out to the flat.
J.K. Dobbins is your number one pass protector, and without question, Tyler Bidet is your number two. Jaleel McLaughlin's your change of pace back, and what I would tell you, if anybody thinks there's redundancy between Jaleel McLaughlin and Tyler Bidet, I think you're wrong, because I think Tyler Bidet's got more lead in his pencil to be able to handle some blitzing linebackers and be able to anchor down. Jaleel can do it, but he's not going to be your consistent third down back as a protector. Just a little light in the loafers. Little bit undersized to be that role, and Tyler Bidet, I think he adds about 10, 15 pounds over Jaleel.
Keeping it with the running backs, this is a guy who I thought over the last 2 weeks, I didn't really see a spot that he could really make the team, but he did get extended looks, especially in the second half. That's a guy, Audric Estime, 5th-round pick last year out of Notre Dame, 8 carries, 45 yards. He did scamper in for a 5-yard touchdown. Did he do enough to make it interesting come 2 p.m. tomorrow?
I think he did enough to make himself a viable pickup for another team. And I think that's why he was used extensively in the second half. It was if there's any way that Sean and George Payton could get some return on investment for a 5th-round pick from a year ago, potentially via the trade wire, they try to, but I just don't think you're going to see that. If you do see a trade for a future 7th or anything for Audric Estime, that's a huge win for me, because I just don't think Audric Estime fits into this equation. We could be surprised, though. We could be a surprise. It could be a Tyler Bidet gets waived or Jaleel McLaughlin gets waived, and Audric Estime is still there.
I think that's a big mistake.
It would be
if one of those two guys gets waived.
I agree. It would be a big mistake.
And I don't think you're going to use, Bidet, you really aren't going to use all that much in the return game. Certainly not in punt returns. Your punt return guy is going to be Marvin Mims.
Yep.
But if teams
want
to kick away from a Pro Bowl returner, an all-pro returner, and Bidet's your second option, he did enough for me to go, yeah, that guy I'm cool with him taking a ball out.
Plus, if he is the off returner and they do kick it to Mims, he's big enough to be a physical presence as a lead blocker on kickoff return to pave the way for Marvin Mims Jr. That's a really high quality player with a lot of value, but make no mistake, his value to this football team is 3rd down and 2 minute, because you can't overuse J.K. Dobbins this season, or he won't be available in weeks 14 through 18. You won't. You need J.K. Dobbins healthy.